I don't think much of an update was, much of a change was made here. Okay, let me go ahead and redo this. Hello everyone, my name is Matthew Belden. I am the creator of Master Survival. I am also the owner of Royal Flush Studios, and thank you so much for watching this episode of my Devlog series. If you haven't watched the previous episode of this series, you can go ahead and click on this box up here. You can also go ahead and at the end of the video will be some links to the other videos. Also, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you're not, and go ahead and hit that bell notification. It helps you out, helps me out, helps everyone out. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this episode. So I had originally recorded a bunch of episodes a few weeks ago. That's why you've been seeing me wear the same thing and wear the same headphones. But I basically got to the point where I was like, this is starting to get a little boring. Let's just go ahead and start over from this point. So picking up from where I left off in the last episode, during this time I was talking to a friend of mine from college, and I had just decided, well, hey, why not? I let him know about the project, and he was actually kind of got excited because I told him that I was trying to think of ways to improve the designs of the Shadow Dwellers, because at this point they look kind of bland and just not a lot of detail to them. So I was trying to figure out what kind of detail I can add to them without ruining what I had already set up in the books. So he said that he was more than willing to do some concept work for me, and so I said, oh, that's cool. So he did that. I continued working. I think he came back to me like a week later with some drawings, and so yeah, he basically became the concept artist. Around this time as well, I was also trying to keep the series going, keep the interest of the series going, but also try and get more people into the series. At this point I was writing books, so I also got the Specs origin story done. So I was like, what else can I do to get more interest? Because not everyone likes to just read. More people like to watch things, people like to play games, people like to read comics and stuff, you know, get something quick, easy, and done, and not everyone likes to sit around just reading a book. So I was like, what else can I do? And that's kind of where the idea for the game was coming from. But I was also like, what else can I do? And that's where the Masters Beginning comic comes in. I was also writing the story for the third book, and so on top of that I was doing the comic and I was doing the prototyping for the game. And that's kind of where I was going back to where I said earlier in a prior episode, that's kind of where I started having trouble. So I was like, I need to kind of calm down with the projects. I need to focus on one or two things, not three things. It's way too much. I'm just gonna put all my focus on the game. So that's what I did. And by April of 2020, I got the prototype done, and I was like, okay, cool, it's done, it's good. I want to make sure that this is playing well. To me, it was going good, but I don't know if it was going to be good for everyone else. So I reached out to some friends of mine, friends I knew who had computers, because I knew that I wasn't going to be able to. Not everyone has computers, or at least has a computer that's able to run a game like this. It's not an optimized game or anything like that. It's not a lot to the game, granted. It's just like one little level with like next to no detail to anything. But it's still like an Unreal 4 game. You know, you need at least a decent computer to run it. So so basically at this point the prototype was done. The prototype was basically just a survival mode, just the core game itself. I had a basic menu. I took a picture of, or rather I took a screenshot of the test level just to have something in the background, and I just did like a basic, just buttons and nothing special. The only thing that wasn't working was the ability to change your resolution. That wasn't working, but it didn't seem like it was a problem. So what I had done was the menu. I had the water energy, the ability to water blast, the ability to do water blade, although I don't have a recording unfortunately of what I had going into the prototype, but I'm pretty sure I had the water blade as well. The health was working the way it was intended, the water energy was working the way it was intended. I had a kill count, so when I killed an enemy it would add to the kill count, the 3 different enemy types that were coming at you, you know, and then just the basic, you know, nothing art wise. So So yeah, so I went ahead and set that out. So I got the prototype back and I was able to implement the changes. So when you look at an enemy, it will go ahead and highlight in red, indicating that you're about to attack this enemy. My co-creator has suggested that it actually be further out because it was more zoomed in, and I was like, well, I actually like the zoom in. I was kind of fighting because I was like, yeah, I see your point, but I also personally don't have an issue. So I figured, why not both? So then I was like, you know, what if I do a zoom feature? That way, if you prefer to be zoomed in, you can be zoomed in. If you prefer to be zoomed out, you can be zoomed out. So that's what I did. And that was pretty much it. The other suggestions were just like clicking the controls, which was already going to be done anyways, and would have been fixed with, you know, after the animations and stuff were done. So it's something I couldn't implement at that time. I figured, yeah, everything's pretty much done at this point. Let's go ahead and get into art. But that's everything for this episode. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you like this content, go ahead and give this a like. Also, go ahead and subscribe. Hit that bell notification, and there will be more to come for sure. If you want to play this game, you can do so by going to itch.io. It is available for free on there. It is an alpha version. If you have any feedback you'd like to give, you can do so in the comments below on that same page, or just reach out to me if you know me personally. But thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video.